What is up?
What's going on, everyone? Episode number 3.
The season, guys.
Yeah, yeah, exciting.
We're gonna have a little delay. Um, Usually we're um, posting today. We would have posted today at 1, but had a show this weekend and been very busy. So right now we're recording it Tuesday night. Hopefully I can get it out to you guys on Thursday.
That'd be cool.
But
Quick turnaround.
do you want to talk about the show?
Sure. First, I just wanted to share that I'm living out of my car as of late because I am a musician. No, I'm just kidding. I got drunk.
Living in a van down by the river.
Yes, yes. Um, the show at Taffeta with Mammothor, Bike Thrasher, and the Ghouls. That was a fun time, man. We had a great time at that venue.
Yeah, that the venue. Yeah, Taffeta, like that was pretty nice. The green room.
Yeah. That,
They told me they did a renovation of that, and it was awesome. And then just the amount of space in the back to put all your gear and everything.
mhm.
While like other venues, you have to like push it to the side and hopefully no one knocks into it.
Yeah.
There's just so much room.
For more activities.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, the green room was really cool. I know when we, for the audience, we played there back around what was like COVID time frame. We did the live stream, right? Or after COVID, or I don't know. Like,
2022.
okay, so it was coming out of it. Yeah, closer to the end. We did the live stream there, and the venue was still being worked on, like you were saying. And fast forward a few years later, we played there again. They have the bar, they have the great green room, as you mentioned. I mean, God, they have a shower in the bathroom. Like, so they come fully equipped.
I know. I wish I brought like soap and shit.
Shampoo. You walk into the venue with just, what is it? Head and Shoulders.
Head and Shoulders now.
And all your venue buddies there. They're like, what are you, Brian, Brendan, why are you walking into the venue with Head and Shoulders? Um, yeah, no, it was really cool, man. It was great to see the growth of that venue, and I know they're doing a lot of really cool things. They're really busy, got a lot of shows coming up. Definitely people should check that venue out. And they were nominated for the Boston Music Awards, which is
Oh
really,
yeah.
that's awesome. So kudos to them on that. I was talking to uh Jeremy about that behind the bar that night, and they're pretty stoked about it.
Yeah. I don't think they won though, did they?
No, but still, the nomination is really cool. I think that's all.
Yeah. Just
So,
being open for like 1 year.
yeah, right.
Uh,
Uh, But the show overall, though, I we had a blast. I thought it was a lot of fun. We made, as you saw in last week's episode, Travis from Mammothor joined us, which was awesome. Hoping we can have him back on for another future episode. But I think we've solidified a really strong friendship with those guys. They're a great band, and very professional, conduct themselves well. They have a great stage show. They got the merch down. I mean, they got it. They know what they're doing, right? So, and I was talking to Travis after, and I know he wants to do more shows with the season, which is great. So we got to have them jump on some stuff for us, and we'll do some swapping of gigs, and hopefully we could do a little run with those guys down New England. That'd be fun.
yeah, they know Red Crown too.
That's right. They do know Red Crown. Yeah.
And we were talking about doing some stuff with Red Crown too. So why don't we just do Red Crown, Mammothor, and Silent Season mini tour?
The mini tour, yes, yeah, that could happen. I mean,
Uh,
and I know, I can't believe it's going to be August in a couple of days here, but I was going to say, like, at some point it'd be great to do like some sort of, I don't know how we do it, but like a big, whether it's an indoor festival or an outdoor festival where you have like all the main top regional bands, all the bands you mentioned and more, and sell some tickets to and have everyone come out. Like that would be fun, trying to put big shows together like that, like back in the day when they used to do that at like the Palace in Saugus or the Rock Pile, which was really cool. But yeah, I'd love to play with those guys again. I'm still texting with Travis back and forth. I mean, we're just shooting the crap, and he's that whole band's great, and it's so cool that Dana from
Oh yeah.
Weight Rescue played with those guys, and he also appeared at that show to play a song or two with them, and that was cool how they had some other members come up from the past and jam with them. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, that threw me off because I mean, I saw the picture after we did the podcast, and
Yeah.
he was saying, "Oh, I like how you guys did your research." I told him I should have done more research. I was like, "Is that Dana Sharpton in your in one of your pictures?" And he goes, "Yeah, he used to be in the band. Actually, I think he's here." And then like I'm like, "No way!" So I walk down and I see someone go, "Oh, hey." I'm like, I took my glasses off. I'm like, "Dana?" I'm like, "Oh." So
Yeah.
but backstory to that, I've known Dana since I think I was in second grade,
Wow.
and he lived probably 3 blocks away from me. And the first time I saw him after like middle school and all that was he was playing guitar with Await Rescue, who we played. I think we only played one show at Await Rescue, but it was a lot of back and forth of
Yeah.
trying to get shows together because they were all from Method, I was from Method, so. But yeah, that was crazy. I saw him and we talked for like 30-40 minutes about like what we've been up to, and then we started getting into gear and talking about our rack and all the gear that I have, and
Yeah.
yeah, it was good. He's definitely gonna check us out and probably come to more shows.
Yeah. We could. I know he said he's around the practice spot area. Maybe we can schedule him for the podcast to have him jump on and
Yeah.
talk. And that would be cool. He's a really cool kid. Because I remember, like you said, I think we only played with the Weight Rescue at Sonia,
Sonia.
right?
Yeah.
Right. I know. I think we went to see them play um, before Brighton Music Hall. I think we went to see them play at Harper's Ferry. Remember, you, Jeremy, and I went out that night to see a band. I didn't they play.
Oh.
What was the other band? Blind Spot or something like that. Remember that?
No, is that the Middle East Downstairs show?
Oh, was that the Middle East? Oh, maybe I'm confusing that with the Middle East. But I know we used to go see it. Like we saw them a couple
Yeah.
times when we weren't playing the shows, and I totally I looked at Dan, I'm like, I know this kid. Where do I know? And then you mentioned all that stuff, and I'm like, wow, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, and then I saw them again at church. It was like right before we were gonna play there, so I wanted to get like, yeah, I wanted to see how it was, and so yeah, I saw them play at church.
Oh my God, do we need to do the church backstory for the office?
Oh,
I don't want to speak ill. Yeah, well, let's just say we had a member who did not show up. We played.
yeah,
We ended up we played as a 4-piece. We made it happen, but the person never called us, didn't show up, and actually I think he got mad at us because like we got mad at him about it. I'm like, are you serious? We'll just leave it at that. But we've had some interesting show stories like that.
well,
But anyway,
wasn't it like at first like, oh, I'm stuck in traffic, and then later on it was yep, not gonna make it. Like, I thought he was stuck in traffic.
I know the story changed as
So
closer to
yeah, and I had to remember how to play the rhythm parts for a lot of
yeah.
songs because I played only the leads, and then some songs like Victim has a rhythm and lead in the intro, the da na 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 da na 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 na. So I had to do distortion da 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 da, then switch to clean da 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 da, and then switch back to distortion da 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 da.
Yeah, I remember it's one of your. I think it's your friend Oscar or one of who's that
Oh
dude?
yeah, he was
Rodney or whatever.
an old
Regis.
coworker.
Yeah, because he took video at that show and he posted it on Facebook, and I remember seeing that. That was the four of us jamming out. I like church. Church was fun, minus all that other drama. But it's too bad about that venue. I mean, it was in a weird spot near Fenway. Like it was hard to get to. I feel like, but
Yeah,
it was still fun though. Like I'm trying to remember the where near Fenway was it?
I don't even remember.
Right? Like it's just such a distant memory, you know.
I had to go back the next day because I forgot my credit card at the bar.
Oh man, that happened. Speaking of this topic, that happened to me when we played Millie's Tavern one of the nights up in Vegas, as they say,
Oh,
Manchester. I left my card at the bar, and I was driving home with my now wife and my parents. Were all in one car, and I was feeling around in my wallet. And I was kind of drunk, and luckily I had a ride. But I was like, oh my god, I left my card at the bar, and luckily Pete at Millie's kept the card for me. Peter kindly kept it, and the next day I had to drive all the way back up with Morgan to get it, and I was going to a Celtics game that Sunday, so I had to
oh,
drive to Manch all the way back. Then we had to get ready for the game and jump on the train. It was a wild day. We were all over the place, but yeah, I know that feeling. It sucks leaving your
I
car behind.
I can't remember where I've left my card at the bar a few times, and I can't remember where it was, but I was like, I'm not going there. So I canceled the card and ordered a new one. I'm like, I'm not going back. I can't remember where it was.
And that'd be funny. You're like, oh, I left it in Auburn, Maine at Club Texas. It's like, dude, I'm not driving 3 to 4 hours back.
Yeah,
That
it was a fat trip. I don't know what it was though. I don't know if it was when we went to no, it couldn't have been New York. Maybe like Connecticut or Rhode Island.
Yeah.
And I was just like, yep, nope, not going.
No, at that point, you just got to call it a loss and just
Yeah,
cut that card. You're done and just order a new one.
yeah.
You know? Which, speaking of, we're kind of like speaking of, I'm going to use these words, fond memories.
Hmm.
I'm trying to think like one of the best memories I enjoyed. Like I personally, I know we always bring up the tours that we're on, like flexing. We've been on tour with all these bands, but like truly, like when we were out with 12 Foot Ninja in 10 years, I think it was the night we played what I forgot the gig or the gig or whatever in
Oh, in Texas. Yeah.
yeah, and I remember Russ had a little bit too much to drink the night before, and he was stuck in the bus the whole day. And they were like Russ and sorry, Russ, not the other Ken and all them were saying like he's not coming off the bus. He's done. I don't even know if he's gonna play tonight. But I remember like it was like a few minutes before the set, he comes rolling out. He was chugging like a Pedialyte, went on the stage, and he killed the set. He killed it. I was
Uh,
so like, oh, it's so good, so good. And the guy is severely blacked out, and he's doing better than me. I
uh,
was like, he's amazing. He's like, obviously Morgan Rose is Morgan Rose, but like I'm talking other drummers, like watching Shane play every night was unrealistic. Like that guy has the technical chops. He's like his timing's perfect. He doesn't even need to wear a metronome. He knows what he's doing, and just like some of his fills, I'm like, how did he do that in that one to?
they don't use a click.
I think he did use the click, but like I've seen him do videos without a click, and he's tight. Um, but like just some of his off time fills, like he was doing on the toms, his tom work, and the band's doing something completely different, and he's like in a different time. I'm like, how does he do that? It's like kind of like the periphery stuff, like in
Yeah.
the first I forgot the name of the record with the white and the teal cover, but there's a song on there with the intro which is like it's not even 4/4. I don't know what time signature it is. It's insane, and like Russ does that, like he can play that, and he's really awesome like that. I miss that guy. I miss all those guys. I mean, I'm happy to see that they put out that acoustic EP, I think it is. But I wish they would get back together. It's too bad.
Yeah. Come back to America.
I know. I remember we went to see them at the Palladium that night with our
Yeah.
wives. I know you guys had to go home because you had to get to work, but I had work too, and I ended up So the show got over. They ended their set. We said bye to everyone, and then I was driving. I messaged him on Facebook. I'm like, hey man, it was good seeing you. Good luck, safe travels back home to Australia and whatnot. He texted me and he was like, I was literally on the highway on the way home. He said, hey man, we're going out to dinner. You want to come? I'm like, I looked at Morgan. I'm like, Sunday night. It's almost midnight. You want to go get dinner? And she's like, yeah, let's go. I'm like, okay. So we cut off the highway, went
Jeez.
back. We parked near the Palladium and we got out and we walked with them to some Spanish restaurant. And the manager was with them and everything. And we had this whole table with like 12 people. It was crazy. And it was like a $500 dinner. The manager paid for the whole thing.
Ugh.
And I mean, we had all already eaten. I mean, we had a couple of drinks and stuff, but they still had us as guests, which was great. They had like a thing of wine for everyone, and they closed shop. And then we were a couple of blocks from the venue, so they said, "Oh, we'll drive you back. We want you to be safe." The bus driver pulled up to the restaurant in the middle
Oh,
of
jeez.
downtown Worcester, and they're like, yeah, come up on the bus. And I think my wife was more amazed than I was, but like I got up on the bus and we're all just chilling and laughing, and they dropped us off and we're like, we'll see you later, mate. Have a good one.
Yeah.
And that was the tour when they were playing with
In this
three pill
moment.
in this moment, 3 Pill Morning, and I don't know if Digital Summer was on that, but yeah, that
And
was
that
crazy tour.
that was the tour that we got offered for.
That's right. We got offered that one, but
And I don't
unfortunately, I
know.
ran out of investment at that
I don't
time.
know if we can say how much it was, but it
Yeah, it was a
was
lot of money. Let's just put
five
it that way.
figures.
1, 2, 3. Yes, yes.
Yeah, a
Because it was a three
lot
month
of money.
tour. It was a
Yeah,
3 month
3 months.
tour. It was three
Yeah,
months through a major booking agency. You know, they got big artists on there. Respect, I get it, but we're unsigned band. I mean, we had investment, but at that point, we were already like 2, 3 tours deep in national buy-ons, and we're like, we can't, man. It was such a bummer that we couldn't do that. I definitely think something like that would have put us a little bit more over the top if we
yeah.
were able to do that. I'm so kicking myself we couldn't do that.
Uh,
But
we
hey,
wasted it all.
uh, right?
Wasted all the budget.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's tough, man, being your own artist and own unsigned band. But we still had fun on those other tours that we did, and now we are doing some shows, which is cool. We're getting back out there. It'll be cool to kind of see the ship take off a little bit once we get through some of these shows in the New England area. But a lot of people are like, oh, you've done so much. I'm surprised to see you're playing like locally again. And I'm like, I said, that's just the way the industry works. You get out of the light for a little bit, and then you gotta get back out there, rebuild your name. People are like, oh yeah, I remember those guys. Get the people
Yep.
into you, and it's just a building game. It's a constant building game. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah, we got
It's
to get
hard.
back out there. Let the
Yeah,
people know that we're still alive.
still alive,
We're
kicking, a little
older, but
older, still
still
young.
alive.
Young? Question mark.
We're still hooked up, but we're not pulling the plug.
I like that. Nice analogy.
Yeah.
Um.
Oh,
So yeah. Oh. Have you been watching the Olympics?
I've seen a few things.
Okay, breakdancing's been added. What did you think about that?
I haven't seen it yet, but I mean, I mean, it's hard.
Yeah.
I mean, it should be a sport, but
Yeah. No. Yeah, for sure. I remember that was big when we were growing up, and it was
yeah.
interesting to see it got added to the
When we were waiting for sound check at Taffeta, we went to that brewery next door, and they had women's water polo,
Yeah.
and I think it was Team USA was playing Germany, and they crushed them. Like, I think when we left, it was like 4-0, but they are fast
Yeah.
and just I was trying to figure out what the rules were, and I think they have like a shot clock, kind of like basketball,
Mm-hmm.
and they have to like get a shot off before like the time runs out. But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean they were like knocking into each other, like dunking the people's heads and stuff, and they were getting foul and penalty shot. There was one penalty shot that made it 4-0. But I was watching it, like trying to figure out the rules and stuff. But
Yeah. Yeah, no, I bring this up too. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's cool watching all the sports, but like I know a lot of metalheads and hard rockers are talking about it, but it was really cool to see Gojira. Uh Gojira, go here. I say Gojira. It was cool to see them open, have that performance in the introduction ceremony. And I feel like that's a really, iconic moment for this because you don't really get to see a lot of heavier artists play these big events, especially the Olympics. What is it, every 4 years, right, or whatever?
yeah,
So it's cool to see that. Like you see, you don't get hard rock metal artists on like the Super Bowl. I mean, I'll admit this, bro. It would be cool to see Metallica play the Super Bowl. I agree with you on that. I
hmm
think some of these sports need a change. I mean, I will say this. I know you're not a basketball fan, but the NBA does bring in some rock artists, a little bit more commercial, but still, it's good to see a variance in the artists that they have. But anyway, getting back to the Olympics, it was really cool to see Gojira play on the, in that castle within Paris. And I know a lot of people like talking about the satanic stuff and Satan and the symbols of the woman with the head and all this other stuff, and it goes deeper than that and topics I'm not going to touch. But it's like, come on, like that's
yeah.
nothing compared to everything that's out there on social media. You want to talk about satanic, dude? Just go on TikTok and Instagram Reels and some random stuff on Facebook. Like, dude, people post the most effed up stuff ever that's beyond satanic in
They should have
social media.
had they should have had Guar open it up.
The squirting stuff with their masks and everything. Yeah, right.
Don't they cut like Paris Hilton's head off or something
Yeah,
like that? Yeah.
it's like I see a lot of. I'm not gonna get into politics, but politicians talking about it. I'm like, bro, you got better things to do than cut up the ceremony and like cut up Paris too. Like they're an ally. I mean, they're a country where we support each other. And I don't know. I just rubbed me the wrong way. Like, I'm not saying some of the stuff that's going on. I don't want to get into sides and things like that. I remain neutral, but like, just focus on if you're into this stuff, focus on the sports, enjoy the sports for what it was. Like you were mentioning about the polo and all the cool things that happen and the points and the athleticism. Like that's all cool stuff. People are looking into this way too deep. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And again, I'm not dismissing. There's always drama. There's internal things going on. I'm not speaking to that stuff. I'm just speaking merely to the fact that people are calling it satanic and the meaning behind all this stuff. I'm just simply saying, can't we just enjoy for what it is? And if there's truly drama, all that stuff I feel like will get figured out on its own and settle on its own. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, Gojira is from France.
Right.
Like, so I mean, that makes sense.
And it's a good leeway. Like not everything's got to be sunshines and rainbows. Like
Yeah.
sometimes you need a little edge. It's all about getting the athletes pumped up, right? And getting excited. And there's some history there, and I don't want to sound like I know what I'm talking about. I'm not an expert in this area. And again, some people watch this and they're like, what the hell is he talking about? Like, I'm just merely pointing out the fact that I think it's some of the stuff they're doing, like having that art, Gojira play as a rock metal artist in the front there. I love that. I love seeing stuff like
Mm.
that. All the other drama and all the other stuff that people are bringing up, I don't F with. You know what I mean? That is what it is. I hope all the bad stuff gets sorted out. But I don't know. It's like everyone's like putting all these like hateful things about the Olympics up on social, and I just I don't know, man. This is what I
Kind
feel
of
like.
reminds me of
Yeah,
like the early 2000s when everyone was saying
yeah,
like, "Oh, metal is the work of the devil"
the
and
work
all
of the
that.
devil. Yeah, why would you be involved in that? That's sinful. It's like, dude, music is such a great thing. Like, don't don't go there with sinful unless they're saying stuff like hate speech or something really bad,
Yeah,
which they're not. All the messages are generally, if you listen to these songs, they're positive.
yeah.
Read the lyrics.
I mean, it's always been like that, like with Kiss and Twisted Sister. Remember Dean Snyder had to go to like some court thing.
I do, and he spoke.
Uh,
Yep.
yeah, Marilyn Manson had to go to court.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's always been like that.
Yeah,
But
it's just an
surprisingly, a lot of people that you wouldn't expect it, they think metal is very like pumping music, like it pumps people up.
right. Gets them
Like
going.
Tuca from the Bruins, he used to listen to Swedish metal.
Oh, nice.
He was a big Metallica fan, but he also used to put on like a lot of Swedish metal stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Trying to think, Swedish metal. Did he mention anyone?
I don't remember, but I want to say like, isn't him Swedish metal?
They are Swedish, I believe so. I think. Um,
Let's look it up.
yeah. Is Volbeat from? Are
They're
they
from
Norway?
Denmark.
Oh, Denmark. Denmark. Yeah. Yeah. Hell, I listen to heavy stuff just to go to work. To get me pumped up to go in the office.
Oh wow! So At the Gates, In Flames,
In Flames, yes.
Amon Amarth,
Marth.
yeah,
Yep.
Otep,
OTEP. Oh yeah.
Meshuggah,
Meshuggah classic.
Arch Enemy.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
We should know. I should know this. Why did I?
Soilwork.
Soilwork's good. I used to jam a couple of their records in the beginning. They're good stuff.
Yeah.
I like Soilwork. I think a lot of people also, because they know us for our commercial side. A lot of people don't know that we're also into the heavy stuff too.
Yeah.
I don't think people would know that. I'm a Soilwork fan.
Oh, him is from Finland.
Finland, got it. Yep.
I remember him back in the day.
I actually, and you mentioned Meshuggah. Everyone is from a different country. The drummer's from the U.S. Thomas, I think. I forgot.
Oh, really?
Hank. I forgot how to pronounce his last name. He's from the U.S. and he I think he lives outside the country to be with those guys. But Meshuggah is great. I mean, they're a great technical metal band. Everyone's trying. That song "Bleed" by Meshuggah with the double bass part. It goes.
Yeah.
Everyone plays it on social media. It's like the only Meshuggah song they play. And I'm like, come on, man. Like, okay, cool. You can do the double bass part. It's kind of like the Void a little bit with it, where I go, and the bridge part. But yeah, everyone plays that. There was one funny story. There was one point I was on TikTok watching live streams from drummers. Like they'll get on live in TikTok and they'll be like marching band drummers and they'll have a pad out or a snare and they're like, "Oh, request a song. We'll play a few seconds of it." I go into all the live streams. I go Meshuggah Bleed.
Oh,
they do it. And I got video screenshots of it. I keep going in it. I'm like, Meshuggah Bleed, and they keep doing it. They're like, who is this kid? You can tell I have a lot of time on my hands there.
oh yeah. Oh.
So what else is new, man? We haven't seen each other in 2 days. 3 or whatever.
Yeah, 3 days.
3 days.
Not much. Just still trying to get over this cough that I've had lingering.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You enjoying any certain riffs of the week?
Oh yeah, did you want to go into that?
Yeah, let's riff it up.
Maybe I'll throw in a little intro clip.
Yeah, I like it.
So you got one, or you want me to start it off?
Why don't you you start it off?
So mine is kind of. I mean, I've been a fan of this band since Jay, our old bass player, actually brought them up to me because he heard we were playing in like drop G, and he goes, uh, "If you ever like if you go this low, you gotta play music like this." And I'm like, "What is this kind of music?" So that is Electric Callboy,
Oh yeah, that's right. He got you into it at the space. I forgot about that. Yeah.
and their new song "Ratatatat"
I heard that on Octane. Yeah.
with Baby Metal.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
it's so crazy, but it's so like it's funny, but at the same time, like it's just so good.
I've heard it. Yeah. It's a jam, man. It's a jam.
Yeah,
Um, I'm trying to think what that other song. Oh, it was like the. Oh, what the hell was it? I forgot the name of it. They were playing it before the Ratata one. It was like party something. But anyway, those guys are nuts. I love them.
Hypa, Hypa,
Hyper. Maybe it was Hyper. Yeah.
Hypa, Hypa, da, 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 da.
Yeah.
Or no, we got the moves.
Oh, we got the moves. We got
We
the
got the
moves.
moves. I think that's the one you go da 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 da. Then they
Yeah.
go da 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 da
Yeah.
da da. That's a good song too.
Octane has that on rotation, no lie, like a million times a day. Just a lot of people on the board are like, "We love it, but please, separation. We need other tunes."
I mean, when they play that song live, we got the moves, and they just stop, and everyone does the da 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 da, and
Nice.
then they
Yeah,
let the sample go, and they all just dance on stage until like the music has to come back in.
that's
It's
awesome.
crazy. But
That's
yeah,
fan engagement 101 right there. Yeah.
oh yeah, they're hilarious. They they had a piano brought out in the
No,
shape of something
we won't say.
we won't say,
Yeah.
and they played "Let It Go,"
Oh.
"Let It Go,"
Oh.
Elsa,
Oh. Yeah.
Frozen.
Frozen. Yeah.
So they did a little bit of that, and then they did the full song of "Tell Me Why," Backstreet Boys,
Oh my God.
with a piano and an acoustic.
That's wild.
And I was like, "Oh, we gotta try that."
That
Get
is
everybody singing it.
That is pretty cool if you think about that. Yeah, absolutely. You know what's funny? I on the Electric Callboy topic, there's another band called the Callous Boys or the Callous Boys or something like that, and I was confusing them originally when I first started hearing about this band, and I saw the Callous Boys were coming to Sonia, and I was trying to
Oh,
find shows for us, and I'm like, oh my god, I know Brendan likes this band. They're coming to Sonia, and I hear them. They're like huge. They're playing Sonia, and then I'm like, then you started talking about them. I'm like, that's not the same band, but they
well,
had
you
a
know
very
it's
similar name.
it's funny. I heard the story about when Electric Callboy met Baby Metal.
Yeah,
It was a show in Boston.
Boston. Yes, I heard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I was like, "Oh, they played a show in Boston. I missed it."
I would love to see Baby Metal too. That must be a trip.
Yeah, it's
I'd
like
love to see that.
watching an anime show, but it's all metal.
I don't want to get off the riff of the week, but quick comment. I know I said to you guys at a practice recently, Frame on Fire and Wage War are coming to Boston, and I think that's a show we all got to go to. That sounds like a fun time. Like I'd love to do a band trip.
When's that?
I think it's in October. I think
Ooh,
so. Maybe we could celebrate either you or both Jeremy yourselves birthdays, and anyone listening to this, if you want to come out, we'll be at the show. Possibly, we'll let you know. On a
too bad we
future.
won't be playing.
Yeah, we will. I know. Trust, dude. I can only imagine to buy on for something like that, but
I know.
I'll try. Um, what the crazy amount of money that's growing on our tree at our practice spot, right? Um, riff of the week, for me. There's the song "Knife" by Bad Wolves. Or
Oh
excuse me,
yeah.
Knife. Sorry, Bad Wolves. That's a banging track. I know it's a little. It was not. It was recently released. I mean, a few months back, but that one's ripping. And DL sings hard on that one. The lyrics are deep, and Doc shreds. He kills it. And AJ, I know AJ Rebello. I think he was from not Volumes, but was it Volumes? I forgot. He was one of those bands, but he's with them now. But like that whole track, I mean, that's a masterpiece. That song, like the bridge is sick. It's so heavy, and like the riffage on it is amazing. Um,
Did that
so
just come out?
I think the Bad Wolves. It came out. Oh, January 2024. So
Oh wow.
yeah, it is some time ago, but still, it was within this year.
Trying to think if I heard of it. I heard a Bad Wolf song on Octane, but I can't remember what was the name of it.
They got a few out there. I forgot the name of the other one, but yeah, I mean, there's no. I mean, any fan of ours knows we're big fans of Bad Wolves. Doc Coyle supports us on his podcast, and he even said on his last podcast. I mean, love to. He shared that we want to try to play some shows with those guys. So hopefully they'll be doing like a New England run, and we could do a few shows with those dudes. But yeah, those guys are good guys. They're doing the same thing as us. I mean, they're at a different level, but they're still trying to make a big name for themselves. And I respect that. So they're hard workers. But yeah, that's my riff of the week. That's what I'm locking in with. Ching!
Oh, you know what? They're gonna be in the. Oh no, that's nope. That's Wisconsin. I thought it said NY. August 3rd.
New York. You know what? I know we have some things coming up, but I want to try to get In Flames featured with Doc for the new single, so we could talk about that. But there's still a couple things I want to do with this single before we move on to song 3. But yeah, man. That's riff of the week. Just an update from the band for people listening.
Yeah. Speaking of
We
writing,
writing, right? So we're getting into more writing as a band and other tracks that we'll obviously update as we move forward. But we're constantly in the phase of new writing and coming up with other songs, and then staying busy on the show front too. I know this fall we want to get busy with some New England dates in Rhode Island, Connecticut, New York, um, Maine, New Hampshire, etc. So
and
nothing,
if
nothing we
if
could talk about right now, but I feel like in the coming month or two, we'll definitely have some more dates we can chat about.
yeah, we'll play a whole bunch of shows in the Northeast, and then if you're down south, come on up, check out the foliage.
Yeah,
Isn't that what people do now?
I think so. Yeah, they come up to see the foliage. Well, it's funny. Shout out to Ben from Venturous. If anyone knows the band Venturous from uh, Louisiana, Ben Jewel. He posted. He tagged us this morning or this afternoon in a Facebook post, like a throwback post when he jumped up on stage when we were on tour with Seven Dust.
Oh yeah, he did Splinter
Yeah, dude, 2014.
10 years ago.
Oh, wow.
I was getting all those updates on my Facebook memories.
14. 10 years? Really?
10 years ago.
Really? Like,
Yep,
definitely. I mean, it felt like some time's gone by, but 10 years?
I know.
It's crazy, man.
And we haven't been on tour since.
Yeah, I know we try to replicate it. We've done some little runs here and there, like out of state and whatever, like, I think, but, you know, we'll do our best. We're trying to do our best, like we said, with getting everything going with writing and shows. And, I know the exciting thing for the fans to learn, we're working on our setup at shows too with our merch, and there's going to be some new stage elements eventually coming too, which is exciting.
More
Um,
work for me.
Yeah, dude, I'll help out. I'll help out. I plugged in my ears just at the show, bro.
You didn't unplug it though.
I know because I was pulling everything off stage. I was running.
Uh,
I two hands, dude, two hands. If I had a third arm, I would, but you got my back, all right?
all right, I got it.
You got my back. Yeah, but actually, now that I'm thinking about it, yes, more work for you.
Yeah.
Dude, no, I'll carry out the, you know what I'm
Well,
talking about. I'll help you carry out the, I don't want to give it away, but yeah.
with the lights,
No, the new elements to the stage show.
scrims.
Oh, damn it. Okay. The big secret.
Well, scrims and maybe a backdrop if we have a show where we can throw a backdrop on.
Yep.
It
And
just
then,
makes it look better.
yes.
But
Get the
I mean, with the lights though, I'm gonna try to get those Bluetooth DMX input output like kind of devices, so
yeah.
there's no cables going from light to light to light to light to light. Because I mean, I do it very quickly, but at the same time, I got to set up the rack and get everyone else's setup all set up with the rack and check their in ears and all that.
I
So
think we're outgrowing the self system here, bro. I think like we've been talking about. I think if anyone's listening and you're in the business of roadieing or helping bands out, give us a shout at silenceseasonmusic@yahoo.com and we could discuss rates.
yeah,
But yeah, like eventually having a couple of hands to help again, I think is where we're gonna need to be, um,
yeah,
to make this work.
definitely.
Um,
And I know we'll get kind of a backlash, like, oh, they have roadies. Well, they think they are.
I know, I know. Well, funny story. Before this band, but I think of this band because of it. I don't know if you ever with your old bands, like if you ever used to go on Bay State Rock, the message board. Like you know how you go on like the Facebook groups like New England Music and Network.
Oh yeah, yeah.
There used to be a infamous WAF Bay State Rock, the local show, um, message board, and that's where you would book shows, you would network, you would talk to a lot of people.
Oh,
It was cool, man. It was really cool. I mean, that's when message boards were hot. And I was like 18, 17, 18. I'd go on there and like look for shows. And I posted something one time asking for, I said, I need a drum tech or a drum roadie. And I won't mention the person's name. You know him. I'll tell you after the podcast. But he replied to my thing. He's like, oh, like he was giving me crap. He's like, oh, Mr. Papalardo over here needs a drum tech, huh? And he's like talking all this BS with me and stuff. I'm like, bro. And like everyone was like sticking up for me, and like a couple other people were giving me a hard time, but it was much funnier than the way I'm describing it. But like he went on, and it was like just a thread full of messages about how I suck and I should just do my own
jeez.
gear. And so it's just like the message board was fun, but it also had its dramatic moments.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
A lot of trolling before trolling was trolling.
Yeah. Oh, that's why I used to do stuff on Craigslist because the only people that can respond is just directly to you.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. That's right. Um, but yeah, no, those were the fun days. There's the message boards, the MySpace, the Live Journal. I mean, that's
I
how
never
we.
had a live journal.
I had a Live Journal. It was a blog essentially, right? That was like the
Uh,
blog ever created.
this
Um,
is what I did today.
this is what I did. Right, right. Like, I
Dear
remember.
diary.
Oh, I thought you said I had diarrhea. Like,
No.
dear universe, I had the worst shits ever. um, but I would used to read not to, not to get out of the music topic here, but like my friends would write live journals, like everyone was on it was the thing, and they would talk smack about people in their live journals. So we'd all scour them and read them, like like, oh my god, what did he say?
Oh my god.
Yeah, I can't believe it. Like we were all into that. Like we were either talking trash on AIM, AOL Instant Messenger, or through live journal.
Oh
You had AIM, right?
yeah, I had AIM. Yeah, I had
We
AOL. Yeah, I had AOL, and then I got AIM when it switched to AIM.
we used to do. It used to be called punt. Like if you would, it was like a script, and it would send people messages nonstop, like with different colors. There was like a strobe, and it would shut them off.
Oh wow.
We're dorks. And then like some people would put away messages up saying listening to some music, can't type. It's like, okay, sure.
Yeah, I think I used to put like lyrics and stuff in the way messages and
Yeah, oh yeah.
stupid stuff like that. But I remember in high school I used to put out a record for hockey, and I would put up like all my stats, like goal, assists, and then at the end of the year, I'm like, all right, here's the total, and I was like, I'll put more up next year. Like anyone's really paying attention to it. It's stupid.
Oh man, it was a moment in time. It was cool
Mm.
then. Um, the MySpace stuff. I loved MySpace. I remember we customized our MySpace. We had a developer do the whole Silent Season theme, and
Oh
we had a
yeah,
photo at the
yeah,
top of us. And from we did the photo shoot in Connecticut.
yeah.
Um, I think of that guy that took the photo of us that time. Side story here for the people listening: we did a photo shoot in Connecticut with one of our, I think it was our second bassist or first, whatever, and second after Ryan. Brian was after Ryan, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, and I used to bring like a full bag of clothes, like a change of clothes, right? Like just to have a couple different themes. And the first thing what happened, we walked in the basement to get some of the photos taken, and the first thing the guy was witty. Like first thing he does, he looks at me, he goes, "Bro, you sleeping over tonight?" Remember? Like, you have enough clothes here for a friggin' week.
I don't even remember
Yeah,
that.
it stuck with me, man, because he cut me up. It stuck with me. I'm sensitive, but and then like he was doing all this material, and but the photos came out good. I mean, they were good. Like they worked well in the MySpace template, and they were like, the design was cool, and they had the bird and everything, which was that was cool, man. I wish you could do that with like Facebook pages, but yeah, that stuff. Like I feel like I bring this up because MySpace really created a culture for new bands as well. Like they had their own record label, like MySpace Records. Bands like Hollywood Undead came from MySpace. Flyleaf,
Oh
Daylight
yeah.
Break, Embrace or something. So many. Maroon 5 came from MySpace. Do you remember that?
No.
Yeah, they all got signed to this label, MySpace, which was part of Octone Records, which was part of, I think it was Interscope. Um, I forgot the other part of the label, but yeah, so they all came from MySpace. I'm pretty sure Maroon 5 was part of that trend, and Hollywood Undead came from it as well, and Flyleaf. But it was great, man. Like artists were breaking, bands were getting recognition. Like it was cool, man. Like I feel like bands were getting signed because of social media, but like now, yeah, I guess bands are getting signed from TikTok, but it's a whole thing. It's like you gotta be. It's not about the music really as much. It's all about, as we were saying on the last podcast with Travis, it's all about being a viral sensation. So having the music and then also having, you know, the Hawk tour numbers, like having that sense of like everyone loves you, like it's so much more now in order to break through on social media and get the attention of industry people. So it's tough, man. We keep adding to the tool bag of things we need to do, and it's hard getting to be viral. You got to be the perfect content at the right place at the right time, and people gotta like what you do. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I was just gonna say, getting back to MySpace, what was your song when people first got on your
Mm.
page? I remember mine.
Um, I definitely had a 40 Below Summer song up at one point.
I
Breaking Benjamin, stuff like that.
Yeah. I had Thrice,
Oh, cool.
Silhouette. That da da da
Oh, yes.
da 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 da. Da. Yeah, I kept that on for as long as I could because I just that intro is the best.
Did you have Ryan on your top 8? Was Ryan on MySpace?
I don't even remember.
For folks listening, preface here or reference here, Ryan is Brendan's brother, and he was our original bassist.
Yeah, he looks just like me. He's he's a ginger.
And he's a big fan of me too.
He still hates you.
I know.
No.
Please show him this.
Let's
We
see.
always joke with him. We're like, Ryan, you want to come back and play? Jokingly, and he goes, no.
No, he'll ask, is Dave still in the band? No.
I don't even know how that started. We just we hate each other for the fun reasons. I don't know why, but
I know. I told him he was so mad one time. He goes, doesn't he know like I'm joking? And then I was like, no, he doesn't. And he goes, okay, because I'm not. And then he like keeps it going.
There's a certain sort of humor for the Sheeans, and you gotta just acquire and learn it. And I've learned it. I understand it now after many years. So
Yeah.
I mean, Ryan's humor is very different than yours. I mean, you're able to cut up people in a funny way, but Ryan's like he looks serious about it, so you're like, holy shit, he really means it, but he's totally joking. So,
Yeah. I think we all have like different types of humor.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I'm the youngest of 5, so I think all 5 of us have like kind of different like taste of humor.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's weird, but
If we play Taffeta again with the other bands, maybe we can do what Mammoth did. We'll
have
call up
Ryan come back up.
Ryan come up. Sean Glassman can come up. Give everyone a call. All the members from the years.
Yeah, that'd be pretty fun to have Ryan and Sean because they were the original.
OGs, man. Yeah,
Yeah,
the OGs.
I think Sean wrote "Holding On," didn't he?
He did. They brought Jeremy and Sean brought Holding On as an idea to the table. There was another one. What was the other one? Cross the Line. Wasn't Cross the Line an idea that they came up with?
Cross the Line was Brendan's song too.
Oh, Brendan's song. That's right. I'm thinking of another song. Was it? They brought Holding. Or was it just Holding On? I think it might have been just Holding On then.
It might have been. Oh, Fact of the Matter.
That sounds familiar. Yeah.
It might have been that one.
Feel the beat. Feel the beat. That was Without You, right? Before Without You?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, so fun fact for everyone. Without You used to have different lyrics. There's a part of it was feel the no, it was just the end actually. I lie. It was feel the beat. Your brother like
it was his ringtone for a while.
He used it as
it was actually just Jeremy like just trying to come up with a melody. So he just was saying like
kept saying it.
Just anything that came to his head. And it was feel the beat, feel the beat.
Yeah, he used it as the ringtone. Yeah, that's dude, so many funny times in your old basement with the video games and just the joking around and stuff. Oh man.
Oh yeah.
Those were the times. But yeah, a lot of funny stories, a lot of material for these upcoming podcasts with this band. Could write a book, I think so.
The Memoirs of Silent Season.
Memoirs of Silent Season. The reasons why they're seasoned and they've aged through the many stresses and tribulations of all the BS they've been through.
Yeah.
Can we do a poll with the StreamYard thing? Can we put a poll up on the screen or no?
Be
cool to poll the audience.
I mean, we can put a poll up on
Facebook
our Instagram
or
and
Instagram.
Facebook.
Yeah, it'd be cool. Like, I wish we can engage, but that's right. We'd have to stream to do the chat. If you watch this and you watch all the way to the end, and you would like to see this in a live stream format, which I've been trying to push Brendan to do,
We can do it.
we
We
can
just
do
gotta
it.
plan it out.
We got to plan it out. Put the comments in the chat. Let us know if you want us to stream out, and we will. I was just thinking too, man. Let us also, for the folks listening, let us know who you would want to see on the podcast. If there's anyone in our group that that you'd like to see us have on, I'd love to. I know we want to get Jeremy, Enzo, and Ian on at some point, but we should probably do them all at once or separately to get enough content. I mean, I'd love to. I know Enzo had gotten our ear and wanted to do it at some point. So like maybe we can have him on soon. That'd be cool. I'd like to maybe get Will from Liars Pacifist on and host him, and see how he's doing. Catch up with him.
Host him. Host the host.
Host the host, yeah. Host the host.
What were
He's
you
just got
thinking
Simon
of?
Says on his podcast, which is really cool. That's
Oh, I
cool.
saw that. Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw the notification. Didn't watch it yet though.
Yeah, I'm gonna catch that. But he's killing it. He's having all these great artists on.
What were you thinking about a poll?
I don't know. I was thinking like topics they want to hear or people they want to see
Oh, I
or
thought you had something in mind.
why you pull the pull trigger?
Well, I mean, there's no way of putting a poll on
Okay, on the live, yeah, or
on
this
the
recording.
screen here, but I
It's
mean, if you had a poll idea, we can probably do one right now, or no, like if we had something like who's better, like who has better ideas, Brendan or David, like best songs of like the 80s or something, and we
yeah,
vote, we put our best songs, or you do your songs and then we have them vote who's the best.
sure, we can do that.
I thought you had like an idea.
No, I was just wondering for the future. We can come up with some next. Stay tuned, everyone. We're in mid of crafting this, so but I think the fans want to be able to access this live. We can get the chat going. Oh, that's actually a good point. If we do this, someone's gonna have to moderate the chat and answer questions while we're
Yeah, we
doing
can
this.
have a phone open for the chat.
Yeah, we can call people up to the stage too.
Yeah, I maybe
Yeah,
I'll have to look that up, but we can actually look at the chat as well.
because I really
Wow.
liked when we did the Instagram live back in
Yeah.
COVID. The three of us got on there and we were getting all the questions. Like I thought that was really cool. So it'd be
Yeah.
cool to do like a Q&A live. So that's what I'm thinking. How do we engage in that sense? But I have a couple ideas for other people to come on. I'd love to get some other people on the pod and seasoned up with us. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oop. This is an example. So this is how the comments would come up.
Right. Oh yeah, that's right. Because Taproot Tuesday, their manager Tom Hazard and them Phil and Steve sometimes they use StreamYard and they do the live stream out through StreamYard. I forgot about that. And then the questions come up in the bubbles. Yeah.
I mean, even if they have questions that we can answer when we record these, that'd be good things to talk about as well. That can lead into a whole other discussion.
Right. Well, that's my point. Like now we would get content from our audience and we can expand on that and we can have so much more to talk about, which is good. I mean, don't get me wrong. I feel like our topics have been really cool. I just now we can add another layer to what we're doing.
Yeah.
A layer. We should do a silent season shirt with the international like.
Well, I think it was the second episode. I almost wore my glasses down here, but
Yeah.
I figured it would just have a too much of a glare from the screen. That I was like, I can't wear glasses. I'm
Glasses
blind.
kid.
I am blind.
So you're not driving the van in the future.
Well, when I got my contacts in, I'm fine.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, Morgan does the contacts too.
I
I
have to. If I didn't have my contacts, like my hand this close, I could barely see it.
yeah. Did I tell you the quick story? I know we're at an hour here. One more quick story. Did I tell you? Because I'm nearsighted. I wear glasses when I drive. But I went to an eye appointment at the doctor's. I know everyone will appreciate this. It's really funny. And the eye doctor was asking me because he dilated my eyes. We were looking at it and all that crap, doing the exam. And he was asking me after the fact. He goes, "So how often do you clean?" You clean your materials. Like at that point, I thought he was talking about my glasses. I'm like, I don't know, a couple times a week, and he gave me a weird stare. Like, what the hell? Like, a couple times a week? Like, you should be doing it more. Come to find out, you thought I wore contacts,
Oh,
and I'm like, no, bro, I wear glasses. I don't wear contacts. He gave me
yeah.
this look like I'm like stupid. Like, what are you talking about? So I tell my family and everyone this story today, and they die laughing every time I tell them because like, I was like, "What the hell are you talking about? You only clean them a couple times because you think of like the I don't know if you've seen that story of the woman that wore her contacts in her eyes and she slept with them and they stuck to her eye and like burnt their eyeball or whatever. Like people have done that. Uh,
I've used to do it
you used to keep yours in?
like for months.
What?
Yeah, yeah.
Really?
That that's why my eyes are very red. Um, because so all the veins are going in, like are going towards the middle of my eye because they want oxygen, and I keep blocking them with my contacts. So, like, I can actually see. They call them like squiggles or something like that. I think that's what they call them. So I can like see like dots, and so I switched because I hated cleaning them because something while I'm cleaning them, something would get on them, and I'll put them back on my eye, and it'll hurt so bad, and it was terrible. So I just kept them in, and I never got an infection or anything. My brother does it too. I think he still does it, and but his eyes aren't as bad as mine. But so I switched to one a days. So I every night I take them out, throw them out, put new
Yeah,
pair in.
I think Morgan does the one a days too. Yeah,
Yeah, it's just so much easier. I just hated cleaning them.
that's crazy. I didn't know that, man. Like here I am I'm joking about it, and like you're like I actually do something similar.
Yeah, I used to wear them for a long time.
Yeah, because there was like a image. I don't know how true it was, but it was circulating online. I was telling it with a woman. It was like infused to her eyeball, and it looked like she didn't
Mm.
have like retina and stuff. I'm like, what the hell is this?
So I have it. So I actually I thought I lost mine in the middle of the night when I was sleeping. So I put another one in, and then later that day I'm like, why is my eye so fuzzy? So I took the contact out, and it was two of them. It must have slid back over
Oh
the
my
other
god,
contact, and I didn't realize it,
that's
and two of
freaky.
them were in my eye.
That's freaky. That's why I don't mess with that crap, dude. No, no, that's not for me, man. I'll stick with the glasses.
Yeah.
I'd rather
Oh.
inconvenience with glasses any day of the week.
Mm. I mean, I don't mind my glasses. It's just gonna keep doing this, and I don't have my peripherals.
Oh yeah, true. I get that. I
Mm.
get that. Well, 104.
Yeah, that was a lengthy conversation.
Dude, that went by quick.
It did. Yeah.
Great conversation as always.
Yeah. And we didn't think we had anything to talk about.
We always got stuff, man. We got a whole archive full.
But yeah, so I'll drop this on Thursday. So you guys will see that. Be sure to subscribe, hit us up, let us know what you want us to answer, any questions,
Tell your friends.
tell your friends, family, your pets,
your pets, yep. Good listening partners, yep.
and let us know what ideas you want us to do. Maybe we can do this poll thing. Maybe like we can do best 5. I don't know, anything. And then I'll pick 5, you pick 5, and we'll see whose is better. And then maybe next week we'll figure out what the winner and loser has to do or something. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, that's
But
fun.
yeah,
Love
that
it.
sounds like an idea.
At a show, we'll bring a dunk take at every show, and whoever loses gets to hit the dunk take.
That's just another expense, though. I don't know.
If we could put a GoFundMe out there, imagine putting a GoFundMe out there, and people are like, "Oh, great, creating Bible
For a dunk take.
No, it's for a dunk take. Actually, they're like, "What?" You'll see later. Just donate.
Yeah. But yeah, let us know. Hit us up in our messages and
Yeah.
comments.
And we will go live soon. We will
go
live.
live. Yep.
We will
We'll
go
just have
live.
to figure out a day and a scenario. Maybe we can all be in the practice space or something. I don't know. The Wi-Fi is not the greatest in there, right?
Yeah. We'll have to put that's a good point. We'll have to put a flyer together just to let people know ahead of time. Yeah, I understand that. I get that.
Nah. Yeah.
Yeah. That's all she wrote.
See you.
See you all. Have a good night.
Later.
Later.